Alright. So I'm gonna review my own set once again versus Serra. So without any more delays, let's go. The self-review. This is funny because this is something we do not get to see with Lava. Because Lava doesn't take part in the Meijin nor the Chaos League. We do not get to see Lava review his own set. But since I am taking part in it, we do get to have a player review their own sets, which I think is kind of funny and makes up for some variation here. Right, but remember, this is Chaos League. We're starting with level 8, so 6 colors. Alright, we're gonna be looking at Serra first. Serra takes a plus times 4 with a few combos. Meanwhile, I was chaining big. That was not a bad. That was not a bad line to take there for Serra. I would also really like to see Lava review his own set at some point. Okay, let's look at that. What? Right. Here you're already seeing this panel. My first thought would be, whoop, just garbage chain. Don't complicate stuff. Just garbage chain, and you will be fine. Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't know if that was... The fact that his cursor went down makes me think that was a mechanical issue. That was a movement issue from his part. His hand went somewhere else. Maybe he was not confident enough in his line or something. But yeah. And then seems to have panicked. Either panicked or ran out of ideas. And he ultimately died. Let's see, next game. Thank you. I'll be looking at myself now. That's a funny looking time lag. I don't know if I was looking for something there. I went for the grounded catch. And yeah, then clear the times 3 that Serra sent with a plus 4. I have the dark blue set up, but I burned it too early. I burned this dark blue too early. Of course, the first thing you need to do is downstack this tower, but I was stopped out, so I wasn't sure if I was gonna actually make it with the stop time and the health that I had. So maybe burning that was actually the correct play. Once again, keep chaining. 7s are interesting to take in this build because they send completely different garbage. They send the equivalent of a plus 8 in the vanilla build. So it's interesting. I keep chaining. I found an unfortunate burn, and right now I'm in the offensive lead all the time. So I'm doing what I can to just keep building up Serra's garbage queue here. As you can see, Serra's queue is already at 8, between 7 and 9 pieces, and that was too much for Serra to handle. Let's see how Serra died here. Has a tower, has a left side tower that is holding the garbage up. Takes the 5, which is not completely wrong if and only if you swap these light blues to the left. Maybe burn these yellows afterwards as soon as possible so you can freeze your stop time and clear with the light blues on the left side tower. I think that would have been the play here. But maybe he tried to chain with them, and yeah, chaining with them was completely wrong in this situation. So he ended up dying. Next game. And I'm gonna look at Serra here. It takes a slide, but ultimately cannot follow it up with anything else. Now it's time for him to defend. That's not a bad chain by any means of the imagination. I'm not sure if it's enough to top me out. It was not in the end. I still had nothing on my cube, which means... But now here comes another chain. He could have used the reds for a clear there. Hits another slide. That's some beautiful chaining action there from Serra. But one now hesitates here for a moment. And let's see how he could have done this. Clears with the dark blues. He's already topped out at this stage. Yes, this is an unfortunate garbage roll, but his opportunity here, his options was to swap these two panels to the right and put this one here, so that it chains, those dark blues chain. Then afterwards he could have taken this light blue +4 and then cleared with the purples, which you would have had one here because this green would be here, so you would have one purple here, one dark blue here, one green here, one purple here, and then you can swap this one here so that it falls in this row after the dark blues chain. That could have been the play here. But Serra got confused, ran out of health and died. Next game. Once again I will be looking at myself. Already messing up the chain. Already messing up the opener, so this one... So Serra might have a little bit more room to breathing room here. But then I start garbage chaining with what Serra sends me. Yeah, keep garbage chaining, keeping. I managed to keep Serra topped out here. Yeah. All right, not bad. Times 4 chain at this point. I'm not sure if I'm topped out. I have something waiting for me. I have one piece waiting for me. But look at that simultaneous chaining over there. Yeah. That's gonna keep Serra busy for a little while as soon as it falls. Which should fall now because he's done chaining. Because garbage in this build only falls all at once after you stop chaining. Alright. Oh, that was some nice simultaneous chaining game there from Serra, but look at that, his garbage queue already building up, 9 pieces, and I keep chaining, and chains are harder or take more time to get dealt with than combo garbage. There I am. I'm topped out, so I have to take the +3 with the shock panels instead of the +4 as I would have liked. And let's see how Serra died. Right, +4 into +4 into +4. Yeah, he already had very little health. I think downstacking this here is wrong. Well, actually, he has two options here. He can either downstack this yellow and clear with the greens. He can not downstack this one, downstack this yellow, downstack this red, and clear with the +4. Or a third option is going up top and clearing with the yellow match in the tier 2, or even the red match, which I think takes less swaps. I'm not exactly sure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Both take the same amount of swaps, but the yellow clear requires you to move up and down, while the red clear only requires you to swap one panel horizontally, so I think the red match would have been easier to achieve in this situation. So yeah, he had 3 options here, and unfortunately He took none of them. Tried to go for the +4, but at this point, the green match is already touching the garbage, so I would have taken the green clear. Next game. Alright. Serra here taking a ×6 chain, not bad at all. I keep chaining, so Serra raises, but not too much. I feel like he could have raised more. Maybe that +4 that he took was a little hasty. An easier line here is to not downstack this light blue at all and garbage chain. I think it's less messy. Yeah, because now you're forced to burn a lot, and you end up much lower stack than you should have been. Yeah, now he's gonna be on the back foot the whole round. Doesn't take the 6 nor the 9. I think that's a smart play. You need to conserve as much panels as you can. Try to go for a frame trick. I'm pretty sure that didn't work. Ultimately did not kill him. And now, yeah, that cursor movement tells me he gave up. Let's see here. I'm already looking at leaving it exactly as it is, because it will give you an easy red clear. That's the easiest play you can go for here. Yeah, even at this position you can swap this purple here, and you would still have that easy red clear. Once you're here though, there's still a way out. Burn those purples, which is what he went for, I think. No, he gave up. You can burn these purples, downstack the dark blue and clear with the greens. That is your last option, your last resort in here. Next game. Let's see the opener here. I go for the yellow +5. Keep chaining and immediately forgo that chain. Not a very impressive opener. And then a mistake that almost cost me this game. Huh. Wrong cursor position, buddy. You need to move one column to the left in order for that to clear. Look at how little health I have after that. Alright. But after that I compose myself and I just keep clearing. GPM is already low, and it translates to Serra having an empty stack, an empty queue. That +4 was kind of funny because I could have cleared with the horizontal greens, with the vertical greens instead. I did a burn there for safety. I did not go for the slide, which is a bit surprising because I thought I would have gone for the slide, but I didn't. And Serra died. Oh, that's a difficult situation. Let's see. Alright, it's chaining with the reds. I would burn the purples. I'm looking at burning these purples and chaining with the dark blues. That's what I'm looking at here. Yep. Burning the purples, chaining the dark blues. That sounded like the play here. And that would have given him enough time to transport this green panel to the right side and clear with it. Alright, here we go, next game. Not bad, not a bad chain there from Serra. No combos with it though, means it will be slightly weaker. Now Serra is topped out. Keeps chaining there and intelligently saves that purple panel for a clear. That was well played from Serra there. Takes the purple +4, but he would have been better clearing with the dark blue +4 instead. Now he's in trouble, needs to downstack. Yeah, downstack clears with it. That was a wild 7, by the way. That was kind of crazy. There we go. You didn't need to transport the green panel all the way in, but it ultimately worked out in the end. That's the exact same line I would have gone for. And not topped out though. I was struggling with offense in this round. Alright. Ooh, smartly keeps the light blues in a vertical formation. That was once again well played from Serra. Thank you for the title change, Spider. Alright, takes the +6 combo and sets up an 8. That was well. This is a well played round here from Serra. Downstacks, but he also needed to downstack the yellow panel because it did not clear. And then, yep, not bad. Meanwhile, what was I doing? I was high stack and I was working through the 2 huge towers that I had. Serra here has very little health though. He has to be very careful. His Q's looking too bad though. No pieces whatsoever. Yeah, I was indeed struggling with attack this game. Oh, here comes a chain there for Serra. Is once again chaining. Yep. Clears with the +4. That was nice. That was well played. That chain is not gonna clear, Serra. Okay, has the greens. Oh, I think that he's not gonna reach that. Yeah. So, one thing to comment here. Well, it's not letting me go back, but he could have cleared with the yellow +4, and that I think that would have let him conserve more panels than the line he took. Then he took the green here, froze his stop time, but ultimately did not reach the light blues in time. Yeah, unfortunate here for Serra. Almost 3-minute game though. Almost 3-minute game though. That was not bad. Right, meanwhile, let's see my opener. Oh, chaining high, huh? Oh, chaining high. That's a ×11. That's a 44 GPM versus a 24 GPM I think I saw there from Serra. Yeah, a good opener in this environment, in the chaos build environment. had to save the dark blue panel after that unfortunate ghost clear. I think in the chaos build environment, having a good opener is even more important than in the vanilla build. That sequence of saving the light blue panel at the top row, that was a little funky. You know what they say. You know how people get. You know how funky people get on a Friday night. Alright. I take one garbage chain. I do not take the +6 because I knew that would have resulted in an unfortunate burn. And let's see how Serra died here. 7 pieces on his queue, low GPM. Let's see. High stack. Ah! Tears are merging. Clears with the +4. And ran out of ideas, drowned in ideas here. Unfortunate. Here for Serra. Next game. Let's see, Serra immediately goes for the +6 combo chain. And then leaves it at the ×3. I think I also left it at the ×3, yeah, but I found a +7 somewhere else as well. I tried to go for some +8 grounded catch shenanigans that did not work out in the end, unfortunately for me. But then I find some more standard +8s. Yup. Let's see Serra here. Serra misses a slide. Yeah, slide awards into a death. Let's see what options he had here. Ah, tears merge. By swapping these two, the moment you see the red one revealed, you can swap these two to the right and click and keep the red +4. But he didn't do that, tried to set up a slide, did not set up the slide and died. More options he had, burning these yellows, for example, and chaining with the reds, with the horizontal reds at the bottom, that was an option. But yeah, that was unfortunate here for Serra. Next game. Let's see. Didn't go for the +5 combo chain, but that's okay because I keep chaining, and I kept chaining up until 9. That's a 45.9 GPM opener. Now I wouldn't have done it like that, but hey, passed me, decided that was a good line. Did not kill me. I even got to raise because Serra could not manage. Serra was struggling with offense there. He was more focused on defending here. Yup. Building up a chain now though. He's gonna cut it at 8. So now I have a ×8 chain waiting for me. Alright, Serra, tears merge. Okay, manages to clear with the reds. No Shogun available. It's okay, it keeps chaining. I'm not sure if I like that burn, but it's ultimately fine. Alright. Serra is not doing a bad job here. Defending is now a slightly lower stack though. Alright. Alright, builds a chain up to ×7. And now... Oh, nice burning sequence there from Serra. All those burns bought him just enough time to survive that. That was a very difficult situation and he managed it very, very well. I'm honestly impressed by that play. Now though he needs to downstack. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Okay, there's a few things happening here. Why is my computer sending me notifications now? Right, here, I actually don't know if he had time for that, but I'm not sure if he had time to downstack this tower, buy some shake time and clear with the blind blues. I'm not sure, but even then, maybe he couldn't react to it fast enough, but he had the greens. He reacted but downstacked. The play here was to clear with them from the bottom. So yeah, that was the level. That was the level 8 set.